Let's take a closer look at Philips. It is a company that claims to be driven by meaningful innovation. This means understanding trends, customer insight, and competitive intelligence, and then figuring out how the company can meet market needs. The company is large enough that sometimes what's learnt in one of its business units helps in another. For example, the things it has learnt from stereo systems about acoustics have helped with vacuum cleaners as well. Specifically how to make the noise loud enough that people think that the cleaner is sufficiently strong but not so loud to drive customers crazy. Consider Philips AirFloss product, introduced in 2011. The main premise behind the product is that a huge number of people know they should floss regularly, but don't. Why might this be? Consumer research suggests that it's not about awareness. People generally know they should floss. The main reason they don't seems to be that flossing is too difficult, and so Philips saw an opportunity in making it easier. The specific question executives that came up with was, how can we find a way to clean between the teeth in an easy way? The word floss was not a part of this question, to avoid bias, and it was also not about cleaning between the teeth more effectively or more quickly. It was deliberately and explicitly about ease of use. This challenge did not immediately go to Philips' development department, which takes new ideas through the innovation phases, but rather to the innovation research department, which is a group of scientists in Eindhoven, the Netherlands, who were charged with coming up with a breakthrough technology to meet the challenge. They developed and tested a wide range of concepts, such as think gas, light, laser, water pressure, physics and the like, and eventually emerged with the AirFloss. It looks vaguely like an electric toothbrush, and indeed builds up on electric toothbrushes that Philips was already selling, but it has a small reservoir that can be filled with water or mouthwash that is propelled through the gaps in your teeth. At first glance it might look like some of the existing oral irrigators on the market, but customer research showed that for many, those didn't meet the easy criteria. Some of them used 2 pints of water for each flossing, which made things messy and a bit unwieldy. AirFloss uses much less water, and in focus groups seemed much more pleasant and easy to use, getting people to adhere to a flossing type regimen at much higher rates than any other product. The oral irrigator segment was essentially reinvented, and grew by 50% following a sensational introduction of the AirFloss at the major industry trade show in Cologne, Germany. As one Philips executive put it, how much innovation is there in oral care? We stole the show. The road to the air fryer, another product launched recently by Philips, began by looking at how people consume, and their lifestyle habits. Obesity rates were rising in most Western countries, and there was an increasing movement by some segments towards healthy foods. But kids still loved the taste of French fries and other fried foods. So the challenge was to provide the taste and flavor of fried food in a much healthier way, that is, with much less oil and fat, as a solution primarily for parents who wanted food for their families that was healthy and tasty at the same time. Not only was there a gap seen in this market, but sales of traditional fryers were stagnant or declining in a wide range of markets. The air fryer uses patented technology relating to rapidly circulating hot air, and no oil or very little, depending upon user preferences, to meet the challenge. After identifying this challenging, healthy and delicious new idea based on consumer insight, executive at Philips embarked on a very deliberate search of the competitive marketplace. During that process, they were approached by a small company that had invented the technological architecture required for the air fryer, in a device small enough to fit kitchen counter. Philips acquired the technology after determining that this product might help meet the identified market gap. This was of course possible only by thoughtfully challenging the executives' existing perspectives using doubt, questioning whether they could get there alone as quickly as they wanted to, and then methodically exploring the world around them. The air fryer is now sold in more than 80 countries, with ambitious sales target achieved years ahead of plan.